What up, players? It's Warboss Tay up in this mug. Today we're gonna be taking a look at the Krieg Heavy Weapon Squad. I built some up. I'm about to paint them. I want to tell you my thoughts about assembling them. Now, if you were thinking of picking up one of these for yourself, it's temporarily out of stock. And even if it were in stock, you would be paying a whopping $53 for this box. That just is insane to me. So instead, I would suggest picking it up in a combat patrol box. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. But what I did was built all three of the weapons teams up according to the combat patrol, because when I eventually sell this thing on eBay, I would like somebody to see what it looks like off of the combat patrol. That means they are the twin linked heavy stubbers. Here you could take a look at how it's supposed to turn out once it's all painted. You get 3 fire teams, as well, or 3 guns, as well as a fire coordinator, that guy on the left. So you can also build them up as a las cannon or as a heavy flamer. The heavy flamer is pretty cool because it's like a giant heavy flamer with the actual tank on the back of the gunner. So it's a very interesting looking build as compared to these other ones, which is just a standard big gun and guy sitting behind the big gun. Like I said, getting it in a combat patrol makes the most sense. You could pick it up for $170 retail, or I've linked it in the description for $140, and you get all of these units for a much nicer discount than the discount you would normally be getting. So check out the link that I've got, see if that might be of interest to you. If you are interested in starting a Krieg army, you get such a wide variety of units in the combat patrol. It really is nice. All right, that's how you build the fire coordinator. Very simple. Guy kneeling down next to his radio, and then the crew for the guns is simple too. It is that standard new way of building these infantry, which is like a torso and maybe the back of the great coat, and then the 2 legs, and then the arms. Here's the guns. The gun chassis are so simple to build. The frame is right there, then you get the 2 wheels in the front, and then a little handle valve thing. And here we go, you get 3 options. I love how in the combat patrol instructions, it indicates which one you build if you want to be running combat patrol. So there. Now my tip for you is glue on these gun barrel tips before you glue the guns together. I made the mistake of not even seeing that part in the instructions. I just wanted to build the thing, so I didn't even see these until it was already built, and it was such a pain in the butt to get them to go on because they're on the inside of the guns, those 2 little nubbins, and I kept dropping them. They kept falling on the ground. I kept shaking my fist at the heavens. It was just a bad time. So when you're building your gun, don't glue the guy's left arm on. Put him, attach him to the gun first, and then the left arm kind of has the hand that's holding the top of the gun, you can see. So it's harder to slot in if your arm is already glued on. So leave your guy built up except for the left arm, and then put the gun into place, glue the gun to the hand, and then glue the left arm on top. And then I would put the whole thing onto the base at the very end. And yeah, it's a really, really intuitive build. The twin linked heavy stubber simply goes on really nicely. It all comes together really smartly. It's just that left arm. I would suggest my build tips: don't forget to put the little tips on the guns, and then when you're building or gluing the guy to the gun, then make sure you leave the left arm off when you're building the crewman, and then when you attach him to the gun and attach everything to the base, then glue the left arm right on top. It's such a nice, clean build, and it all goes together really nicely. It looks good also. I would say that it kind of misses the old heavy weapons team feel of having 2 guys manning a gun, like the gunner and the loader or the spotter or whatever. Just having one guy on the gun feels a little, I don't know, incomplete to me. But I guess they wanted to make them more like 1 man per gun, and then when the guy is killed or the gun gets blown up, then you remove the whole thing instead of worrying about extra bodies or wounds. I don't know. Anyways, it does look good when you see it down here on the table. They all are posed a little bit differently as well. So even though they're all looking down the sights, one guy is like squatting with both feet. Oh boy, I might have to push those 2 barrels into place. Now I can see if the glue dried and the guns aren't aligned perfectly parallel. But I've also noticed too, when I'm cleaning or when I'm looking at them now, I need to clean up some of the mold lines a little bit better. There's some flash and moldy bits that need to be shaved off or clipped away. but that's no problem. It's nice to come back to your models after you've glued them the night before, and then you're actually taking a look at how they came together, and it's just nice to see, because I tell you guys, I built this last night while I was in one of those half exhaustion funks. And I was like, when I realized that I missed the two gun barrel tips, then it was just frustration on top of frustration. You can see how difficult it is to get those tips into place from the inside of the barrels. It's just not a good design, or it's not well explained that you have to put them on, or it's not like emphasized. The fire coordinator is so simple and easy to put together, and it's just like the easiest part. You can either have him holding his orders, his commands in his right arm, or have his right arm, like right hand rested on his leg. But I thought the orders just make more sense. So again, there it is in the combat patrol box. Just to recap, the hardest part of this build, if you're going for the twin linked heavy stubber like I did, put the gun barrel tips on first before you even glue the guns together. And then when you're putting the crewman, the gunner, onto the actual gun itself, then leave off his left arm. While you're assembling the crew member, actually just leave off the left arm, glue it on last. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, check out the link that I've put into this video. You can see the seller that I've linked there has a much nicer discount than the one you're already getting from the combat patrol box, which is I paid full price, which is still a little bit of a discount, but it's not as nice as the one that I've got in the video. And next, if you are watching and following the series, I'm going to be building up the Death Riders. I have some thoughts on them too. The Death Riders, I believe, in the Forge World resin were much nicer, just looking stoic and standing still and ready to charge. These ones look, these plastic ones look a little bit goofy in full gallop, and they're just not as fun in my opinion. But I'm going to build them up next. I'm going to tell you all about it, and stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, then YouTube might bury me, so don't let them bury me. Leave a comment, help push me up the algorithm. I appreciate all of the support, you guys, and if you're thinking of supporting my channel even more, you can become a channel member, and that would greatly help me on my journey as a YouTuber. So hope you have a great day. The Death Corps of Krieg is such a fun army to build and paint. I've been painting them since the early 2010s, and as they transitioned from resin to plastic, I think that so much of the design looks really great. There are some negatives, but I think as a whole, working with the plastic is much easier than working with the Forge World resin. They are a terrific army. I love collecting and painting them. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and we will see you in the next video. Latest, players!